All right, everybody, this is a guided walkthrough for the Packed Light Challenge from TryHackMe as part of their Hacker Holidays series of challenges from 2026. So this is day number 4. Hold on, let me reset my progress on the room and then we can get started. All right, so this is task number 1. The name of the challenge is called Packed Light. And it says, tiny packets, odd hours, suspiciously regular. Someone smuggling out the data equivalent of a hotel towel every night, folded neatly inside traffic that looks ordinary until you decode it. A short capture from the guest network is all Vera could pull before the connection dropped. Somewhere in that traffic, a quiet little errand is running around on a loop, and it isn't part of any service that the hotel actually offers. Okay, we've got some files that we need to download for this particular task. And before we do that, let's just take a look at the itinerary for today. So today's itinerary: analyze the provided capture for a covert communications channel. Identify where the exfiltrated data is being hidden and reassemble it. Decode the recovered data and submit the flag. Okay, so we've got our task files over here. There's a little link. We'll click it, we'll download it, and then we'll unpack it on our Linux machine. So over here, we'll make a directory for this. So TryHackMe, Hacker Holidays. And we'll call this one day 4. And then we'll move the file over here. So from my downloads directory, I think it's called, what was the name of the file? Packed Light, okay. So we'll move it to the current directory and then we'll unzip the file. So what we have here is a file called traffic.pcapng. So pcapng is a type of network traffic packet capture file, and we can open this up using Wireshark. So I'll just run Wireshark on traffic.pcapng. And this is all of the network packets that was sent back and forth between the network devices for this particular packet capture. So it says here that we need to analyze the provided capture for covert communication channels, identify where the exfiltrated data is hidden and reassemble it, and decode the recovered data and submit the flag. So let's talk about it in the presentation over here. So in this challenge for the Hacker Holidays, we're asked to analyze a network packet capture file to find an encrypted message. So an interesting thing you can do inside of Wireshark is you can actually look for files that are part of the packet capture. So we can look at the File Export Objects HTTP option, and we can see that there's a Python script in here included in the packets named update.py. So what we can do is we can download this file and then we can inspect the script. So over here, we'll go to File and then Export Objects, HTTP Objects, and we see that there's the Python file over here. So from here, we can select the file, then click on Save. And we can save to the current directory as a file called updates.py. Okay, we're going to save that, and then we're going to inspect the file. Okay, so we've got the updates.py script over here. We're just going to inspect it using the Nano text editor. Okay, so this is a Python file. If you're not super literate in Python, that's fine. You could also like take all the code over here and try to get a bit of explanation from your friendly chatbot. But if you know a little bit about Python, you can try to piece together what's being done by the script. Okay, so the first thing we see here is that there's some sort of domain that's being accessed through this variable C2 URL. So Byte Lotus Hotel on port 8080. And we see here that there's some sort of key involved in this get key function. So hotel staff only, keep secret, but it's all in like leet speak and stuff. And this is just the first string concatenated with the second string. So this key is going to be used for something. And it's actually being used for this. So XOR. So XOR is an operation that's done between binary bytes, and you can transform information and then transform it back again by doing the XOR operation between a piece of data and a key. And in this case, it's going to run an XOR operation between each one of these bytes and the key. So each one of the encrypted bytes, or sorry, the plain text bytes with the key bytes, and it's going to create a new byte, basically. So for each byte in the plain text, and it's going to turn it into encrypted text. And after the XOR operation, it's going to run a base 64 operation, which is another type of encoding. And what it's going to do is it's going to output that as the value of this cookie over here. And the cookie is called hotel sesh state. And then they insert the base 64 string. And because it's being done byte by byte, the base 64 string is just one byte of many bytes, probably something like 32 bytes. So when we inspect the script, it describes a method for encrypting a message with a combination of XOR encryption and base 64 encoding. So the characters are hidden in the hotel sesh state cookie in a series of HTTP responses. So what we can do is we can try to find all of the HTTP requests that contain this cookie, hotel sesh state, by running a little filter. So we can look at all the packets that contain the cookie by using the Wireshark filter. HTTP.cookie contains hotel sesh state. So I'll just copy this and I'll apply this to the filter in Wireshark. Okay, so we see here that we only have HTTP packets that contain the hotel sesh state cookie over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to export all of these into another PCAP file. So what we're going to do is we're going to export all the packets to a separate file using the file export specified packets option. And then we're going to export another PCAP file we're going to call this one export.pcap. So over here, file, export specified packets. I'm going to call it export.pcapng. Click on save. Okay, and it should be saved out to our current directory. Here it is. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull out all of the cookies. So the easiest way to do it is just to cat the thing out and then grep on the word hotel sesh state, for instance. Oh, okay. Hold on. I need something a little bit more complicated than that. Okay. So the next thing we can do is we can use a series of Linux commands to extract only the base 64 strings and then output them to a file. So we run strings, not cat. Okay. So we'll run the strings command. So this basically has all the different requests. And in each one of these requests, we've got the cookie here, hotel sesh state. But we're only interested in getting the contents of this. We're not interested in any of the other data. So we're going to run. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to grep for the word cookie and only get those lines. So we get all these lines with the cookie, but we only want to get this portion of the data. So in that case, we're going to combine that with a cut command. We're going to cut on the equal sign, and we're going to get only the stuff from the last field -2. So in this case, it's all of these base64 encoded pieces of data. So these are all single characters that have been encoded. And what we're going to do, well, the easiest way to do this is to decode them using CyberChef. So it's a very handy little tool that we use. I'm just going to copy all this output, and we're going to go over to the CyberChef website. Okay, so the input here, we're going to paste it in, and we're going to do two things. So the two things we're going to do, so in CyberChef, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to base64 decode. Well, actually, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure we separate the operations by lines, and then we're going to base64 decode all the lines, and then we're going to XOR decode the bytes. Okay? I'll talk about it over here. So finally, we can decrypt the message using a combination of base64 decoding and XOR decryption using CyberChef. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that. So here, we've got our input, all of our characters. We're going to split them. Split a string into sections around a given delimiter. Hold on. Let me take a look at my notes real quick. Okay, oh sorry, the operation is called fork. So we run fork, and then from base64, and then XOR. Okay, so over here, fork. So we drag in fork. We split it by the lines. Okay, so these are all the base64, bytes. So the next thing we do is we decode them. We base64 decode, so from base64 over here in the operations. We drag this in, and this is still not intelligible, even though it's been decoded, because this is a bunch of XORed bytes. We need to XOR them again with a specific key to get the original contents back. So we're just going to search for XOR and then drag it in. And so with XOR, you need to use a specific key. So if we take a look at the, hold on, where is it? Updates.py script over here, they actually tell us which key they used. So they XOR the raw bytes, which are, well, they all come out as about like 3 characters because of the base64 encryption. So the bytes are actually this right here, HOT. The rest of the key is not really used, but anyways, we'll copy this, and then we will paste in the key as UTF-8, so as ASCII characters, basically. Okay, and we get this flag right here, THM, Vera is watching over you. All right, so we'll copy over the flag and submit it to the challenge. And that's the end of the room. Okay, let's do a little recap. Actually, before we do the recap, let me just make sure that this is going back to the original thing. Okay. So this is, let's see, review of day 4. So in this app, we're given a network packet capture. And we identify a Python script. This script encrypts the message and hides it in HTTP response packets and response packets using a specific cookie value. Okay, let's wrap up. All right, everybody, this was a guided walkthrough for day number 4 of the Hacker Holidays challenges over at, well, the Hacker Holidays of 2026 event over at TryHackMe.com. If you enjoyed this guided walkthrough, please click on the like and subscribe buttons in the video and leave a comment underneath the video. But until next time, HackerFrogs out.
Hey there, HackerFrogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button. And if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.